The next paper you need in front of you is your turkey. We're going to decorate each of the turkey's feathers with some patterns. And the patterns I'd like you to create are with symbols that represent Thanksgiving. Some things that I think of when I think of Thanksgiving are things like pie, and I think of pumpkins, because I think of pumpkin pie as well, because pumpkin pie is one of my favorites. But pie and pumpkin separately. I think of pilgrims, which is how Thanksgiving got started. And I think of Native Americans, are also called Indians. I'm going to put slash Indians. You don't need to write these. I'm just giving you some ideas. But pie, pumpkins, pilgrims, Native Americans. I also think of, and I'm going to look at the back to kind of help me out. I see bread, cornucopia, cranberry, the Mayflower, which is the boat that they came over on to discover America. Oh, I think of football too, because a lot of people now celebrate Thanksgiving by watching football. So I'm going to write football. And I think of just food in general, right? Because we all have food most of the time to celebrate Thanksgiving. It's in the fall as well. Okay, so now that I have a few things that help me think about Thanksgiving, and if you come up with some other ideas, that's great too. I want to turn these words into some things that I could put inside my turkey feathers for patterns. I'm going to pick two things that I could draw that remind me of Thanksgiving. I'm going to pick pie, and I'm going to pick Native Americans. So if I want to draw pie, I'm going to pick two spots across from each other on my turkey to draw some pie patterns. And if it's a pattern, it's going to repeat. So to draw a pie, I think of first the crust. And it's kind of curvy at the end. And I also want to make it into a triangular piece. When I think of pie too, I think of whipped cream on top because I like pumpkin pie. I'm also going to draw a skinny line down here for the crust. If I'm going to make it a pattern, I'm going to repeat this picture multiple times. So I'm going to draw quite a few of those lines that I drew to start. And I'm going to do the wavy line. I'm going to draw my crust. So about 4 symbols is good for each picture. I'm then going to repeat it in this feather over here so they match. I'm going to leave that there for now. Quickly draw these. Now that I have my 2 pie patterns, I said I'm going to pick Native Americans. And when I think of Native Americans, I think of feathers, kind of like what matches the turkey. So I'm going to draw myself some feathers. And I first think of straight lines for the middle of the feather. So I'm going to draw 4. And it kind of points up and goes down. Points up and goes down. And I'm just doing a zigzag line. Zigzag, zig, zag, point, zig, zag, zig. And then repeat it on the other side. Now that I have my two symbols traced, these other three, I'm going to just create some kind of pattern. And you can choose whatever pattern you want. Again, I'm going to make these two match. When I think of Thanksgiving, I think of plaid too, and wearing flannel shirts and trying to be cozy because it's starting to get cold. So I'm going to do kind of like a checkered pattern. Okay. And the last one. Alright. Now that all of my turkey is designed, I can now add some colors. I'm going to quickly go over some other things I could use for these other words if you're not sure what you'd like to do. That'll be in the next video. So if you want to go back or go to the next video so you can see how to create those little symbols for some of the other things, go ahead. And then you can come back and watch the video again for how I filled in the patterns if you need to.